Hello class! Today we are going to talk about identifying genre, poetry. I'm sure you all kind of know how to identify when it's a poem, but let's go a little bit deeper. One way that you can identify poetry is that all poets use figurative language. And we've already covered a few. The first is a simile. A simile is a comparison of two unlike things that uses the words like and as. For example, my hands were as cold as ice. Brr. Another figurative language technique that they use are metaphors. This is a direct comparison of two unlike things. In a metaphor, we often use the word is. For example, life is a journey. The third type of figurative language that a poet may use is personification. This is giving inanimate objects or animals, basically anything that's not human, and making it seem more like human. For example, lightning danced across the night sky. Poets use figurative language to enhance the imagery or a more detailed description of what they see, feel, smell, and touch. Now, poetry is not all about imagery and figurative language because you can use those techniques in other works, such as creative writing or narratives. Other elements of genre in poetry are rhyme, rhythm, and meter. Let's start with rhyme. A rhyme is when two words sound alike. So in this example, I have a poem called I've Watched. As you read this poem, you will notice the last words of each verse rhyme. For example, pantomime, mind, scene, dream, down, ground, reclaim, came, geese, sight, flight. Poems have a rhyming pattern. In pantomime, we're going to call that A. Pantomime also rhymes with the word mind, so we're going to put AA to show that they're both together. In the next verse is the word scene. Scene rhymes with dream. We're going to put BB. So we write AA to show that the first two verses belong to each other because they rhyme with one another, and BB to show that these two verses go together because their last words rhyme with each other. We call this an AABB pattern, and you will see that throughout the rest of the poem. Watch. Ground, down, they go together. Reclaim, came go together. Geese, sight, flight. So the pattern in this poem, or the rhyme, is an AABB pattern. But this isn't the only pattern that you can see in a poem. Let's take a look at another one. The coolness of the night refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright, causing me to grin. Night rhymes with bright, but their verses are not next to each other. Skin rhymes with grin, but their verses are not next to each other. So what's the pattern? We put A and A next to night and bright, and B next to skin and grin. The rhyming pattern of this poem is ABAB. So this is an ABAB pattern. Another way that you can find rhythm is by counting the syllables. Let's look at I've Watched. We are going to find the rhythm of the first two stanzas, and as we read each verse, we're going to count the syllables. So kind of think of this as a drum. I've watched the clouds pantomime the inner workings of my mind, where thought and feeling paint a scene as if the sky were a dream. I've watched the snow-bogged trees bend down and shake their coats upon the ground, in order that they may reclaim a straighter truth from whence they came. If you look at each verse and you counted each syllable, you would notice that each verse has 8 syllables. So let's put it all together. Each of the verses in this poem I've watched will have 8 syllables, and the last word in each verse will have a stressed vowel. The next component of a poem is rhythm. Rhythm is the pattern in the poem by the way a sound is repeated. This happens with stressed and unstressed syllables. So you're probably looking at me really confused and scratching your head saying, huh? Let me give you an example. Back to our original poem where it says, "The coolness of the night refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright, causing me to grin." There is a flow to the way we read this poem. And as we read it, we're going to stress certain syllables. So let's take the first verse. The coolness of the night. Notice how I stress the oo in cool. Refreshes my skin. Again, I'm going to stress the syllable in refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright. I put an emphasis on the long I in shine. Causing me to grin. I stress the vowel in the ah and causing. Put it all together. The coolness of the night refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright, causing me to grin. Sounds like a lovely poem in a flow. But what would it sound like if I stressed other vowels? The coolness of the night refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright, causing me to grin. Yeah, the flow or the rhythm of how I read this was no bueno. It did not sound good. When you read a poem, you actually naturally stress certain words over others to make it flow nicely. That's rhythm. The last component is meter. The rhythm created in a poem is the meter. This is the timing in which the sounds are repeated. So it's usually like written as a number. If you play music, such as piano or just any instrument, there is usually a number at the top and the bottom. First, we count up the number of stanzas, the number of lines grouped together, and then look at how many verses are in each stanza. If we look at I've Watched, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stanzas, and in each stanza there are 4 verses. So the meter is 6 stanzas, 4 lines each. So the next time when you are given a text and you're asked to identify what the genre is and it's poetry, remember, poetry needs to have figurative language, imagery, rhythm, rhyme, and meter.